We are the Gratitude Girls.
Hello, how is everyone? Welcome to our Gratitude Girls training this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. We are thrilled to be here and to have you joining us. Today, we are going to discuss the importance of your story, the importance of a story, the importance of being able to convey a message to someone in the form of a story. So, Laurie, thank you so much for always being here and being a tremendous support to me as a friend and as a partner. I'm very grateful to you. I want to make sure that you know that.
Thank you so much. Very much so, likewise.
Thank you, Laurie. So let's talk about communicating with people. Imagine that I have some information to give you. So whatever business you're in, you're speaking to people. And if you're speaking to people face to face, or you're speaking to them electronically, digitally, excuse me, you're going to need to have a method of doing that. So once you have established the method, then it's how will you do that? So imagine if I give you a way of doing things and I say, you can go here, you can do this, you can do that. And I'm very dry about it. I might lose your attention. I actually lost myself right there. I stopped paying attention to myself right away because it didn't capture me. But how about the option of the importance of telling a story, sharing with someone? I'd like to give you an example of what it would be like to develop a website. Oh my gosh, Laurie, I'm going to talk about something that you have 25 and 30 years experience about. The importance of a website is so that you can convey a message to someone and your image. The image and the story that someone has and the story that they have to tell, you would digitally put that up so that someone would be able to capture the essence of them. So when you have a story to tell, someone can use a canvas. They can use a digital canvas. They can actually use paint, art. They can use words. I pride myself on being able to talk to somebody in the form of a story so that I can capture and keep their attention. So if we're on the phone or on Zoom or face to face, or if we're writing, if we write in the form of a story, we more than likely will have a better results of keeping someone's attention. Laurie, let's go back and forth a little bit about this. I believe a story is really important so that we can start with something. We can actually promise to give the end of the story a little bit later and get your attention. There's a method to that. I won't go into all of that at this moment because I want to stick to the business side of it. And then 15, 20 minutes, an hour later, I can actually tell you the end of that story because your subconscious mind will want to know what I have to say. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you keep my attention, then I want to know what comes next, what happens next, right? So just like in a lot of TV shows that are sequels, right? They have a story and then they stop it right before something cool happens, and so you have to tune into the next whatever it is to get the next episode or the next details, right? And so as you tell the story, then and when you make it exciting and you make it interesting, then yes, it captures people's attention. It gives the whole, not just the bland details, as you said. It gives them the whole background of it, and it makes them feel like they're there. So like, just like you and I are in two different countries, but yet we can talk and we can tell a story and make each other feel like we're in that same place because we give the whole background and maybe use adjectives that contribute to what we're talking about and where we're at and the whole situation around it, right?
Yes, and a very good example of this. So if you're watching this saying, okay, that sounds great, but give me an example. I'm the type of person that I really need to understand this. You could actually go to our website and you can watch any one of our Gratitude Girls shows. We start each show with an authentic story. Now, you may have heard the story because we've been telling it since 2013, but you may get something different out of it. So we start our show with the story, and our show is about the story of the people that we're interviewing. So in that context, we have your attention, and we have our own attention as well, because we're working through and walking through that story. So if you want a hard example of that, or maybe I shouldn't say hard and cold because it's not cold, but if you want a crystal clear example of that, you can go to our website. We can do the very same thing like Laurie just explained. No matter where we are, we can talk about something together and make you feel the truth, honestly, about what we're doing, because it's happening to us. So I'm talking about more of a real story and the importance of a story, not a made up story, not a story that, you hear that sometimes from the children where you're not really too sure if that was exactly what happened and you don't want to call them out on it, but you let them continue. Not that kind of story, or as an adult, not the kind of story where you get lost and you're just going on about it. I'm talking about the importance of the story so that you can get your message across, so you can convey your point, that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and that you actually have a conclusion. There is a huge importance to that. Think about this next time you're speaking to someone. If by some chance they're rambling, if they start off by saying one thing and they don't really go back to it, if they're not circling back, or if they go from one thing to the next and it doesn't feel like there's a connection. And then listen to someone who has a story to tell you, who will bring you back to the point, who will phrase and rephrase the point of the story, and that you'll feel like you're listening to someone that is certainly going to give you value. Laurie, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. And then the other thing I thought of when you were saying that was in sticking to the facts, right? And so having the facts laid out that surround that story, that so people see and hear and feel the same thing, like that they're there. But when you give the facts laid out, then that's going to make it more understanding also for them, right?
Yes, exactly. So when you're telling your story, prepare. Know your story, know what you're going to say, rehearse it. And if you're going to give a good story and you want to give some timeline to that, make sure that your facts do line up. You never hear someone tell a story and they'll say, okay, I forgot what that is, but let me tell you about that later. And you're really not sure what you're listening to. So the importance of a story is know the story, practice it, understand it. And if you're not sure how that is coming across, give Laurie and I a call. We'll be happy to listen to your story. If you want, you can do a quick video of that and send it to us, and we'll be able to comment with you on that. So hopefully this isn't going to be a brand new career for us because I said that. Maybe I should have checked with you, Laurie. But by all means, we'll open this up. Now, how do you get that information to us? That's the question. Let's tell our audience how they can get that information to us, and we'll help you develop your story.
Yeah, absolutely. So go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/gratitude girls and hit the little message box there and go ahead and send us a message. You can upload your story to YouTube and send us the link to that. And then give us the details of what you want us to review in that story. If you want us just to look at it, or if you want us to look for something specific for you, or how you want us to help you in that situation.
Amazing. Yes, let us know in which context you are planning to use that, and then we will certainly get back to you, and maybe we'll get back to you by video. So let's have some fun with this. Let's think about the importance of your story, share it with us, and then we will give you our feedback. From the Gratitude Girls to you, we're thrilled that you're here, and we look forward to your story.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.